Guys, what are the signs of pregnancy? And Ulewu is like shortness of breath, this and that. And everything she mentioned was exactly what I was going through because 2-3 days ago, Bengeza and I'm panting. I'm like, and then why am I having shortness of breath? Kwenzakalani? And I'm thinking, it's germ. Everything that Ulewu had told me was exactly what I was going through. Yo. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Welcome back. Thank you for subscribing and sharing and commenting. I have received so many comments about the infertility video, about what you guys are experiencing, about how much we don't talk about this in the Black community. Thank you so much. The feedback is appreciated. Please keep on engaging and sharing and liking and subscribing. So in today's video, as I had promised before, that I will be sharing my pregnancy series with you guys, and you will find that in my first and second video. Let's get right onto it. In September 2020, I decided I wanted to take my fitness to another level. I was not happy about the weight that I gained, especially in my puji. I explained this in my infertility video about how much polycystic ovarian syndrome causes you to gain weight in places that you don't like, and it's so difficult to lose the weight. So I approached a gym instructor and I said, look, this is what I'm currently looking like, and I don't like this. There am I going back to gym, and I said I wanted to do 5 a.m. in the morning because in the evenings the tar road would absorb the heat, and then when you're running in the afternoons it's just nothing but heat. I called the team the 5 a.m. squad because I had just read the book The 5 a.m. Club, and every day at 5 a.m. guys, that would be us, like, hey, there was a point where I think it was around May, June, and you don't even feel the cold. You'd be like 5 a.m. Fast forward 6 months later, I was at the peak of my fitness. But now suddenly I'm starting to eat some more, but I don't notice or take much of it. I'm like, in any case, maybe it's gym. And then it was in August, and I was starting to pee more at night. I was drinking water, but not to the extent that I would pee like that. I didn't think much of it. I started to pee more. And one time I'm driving I'm still at gym that time. Step all the way. Like, I'm not missing any class for that matter. Just life is good. One time I'm driving from Siyabusa to Pretoria, and on the way, in my bag, I usually have like a gum or something, and for some reason that day I did not have. I'm feeling a bit of nausea, and nausea is there at the back of the tongue. It's just that nausea, it's not going away. I'm driving, it's not going away. I'm looking for it, chappies or a sweetie, angiboni. The next shop that I see was a bottle store. Ngathenga Hunter's Gold. I drink the first Hunter's Gold, the nausea goes away. But it's not nausea with Lutlanga, it's just there. Nausea went away. But funny enough, I can't bring myself to drink the second bottle. Get home, I eat. The other time, what happened was that ngidlile, I think, and I ate ngadla kakhulu. Then when I get to Pretoria is like 1.5 hours drive. It's not that far for me ukuthi ngifika khona, and angisumuntu odla like that much ukuthi ngafika ePretoria like sengilambile, and I get to Pretoria and I'm hungry as if I never ate. I'm like, and then because I'm like, but it's a funny feeling as well. It's like you don't get used to it. You are hungry, but you are not hungry. Not ufuna ukudla, but at the same time, I don't know how to explain that feeling, ne? But it's a very weird, awkward feeling. Angakaze ngibe nayo before. I'm like, what's going on? I don't understand. Oh, Lerato has a birthday, my niece. That birthday, so it's like a color fest birthday kind of a vibe. And I was the one, like spray amakhala ngenza ngenza. So I'm busy with the kids and water in the jumping castle and then I noticed that, man, I have a puji again. I'm like, but I've been working at gym. The puji, where is it coming from? But I'm like, okay, I'll just work harder at gym again. The night when I got hungry, I got home, I ate, but still that feeling just doesn't go away. At this point, I'm like, mm-mm, this is very awkward. It's weird. I'm not sick. I am not having any morning sickness. That nausea was just a once off and it went away. Going on, and I'm thinking to myself, I don't know, because guys, Mina, I don't like to get sick, and if I do, there has to be an explanation. Is it flu? Is it a seasonal flu? Headache from what? Am I not drinking enough water? Is it hot? I just want an explanation. I can't just get sick. I have cooler and that's that. So now I'm trying to find the source of this hunger that is just not going away, and it's a very awkward feeling. Ganti, the Monday of Lorato's birthday. Let me just check my period. I log into Flow and I'm like, hey, it's been 3 weeks, I think. The period has been late for 3 weeks. But because my periods have always been irregular, at some point, there was a point, guys, that I've missed my periods for like 7, 8 months. The whole time I was not on my period and I was not even pregnant. I was not even engaging sexually for that matter. So I was not worried. At that point in time, my periods were starting to be um, they were starting to come regularly every month. Otherwise, before that, I would miss 2, 3 months and I wouldn't be worried about it. And the other thing was that my boobs were tender. So I'm like, okay, it's PMS. And then they are tender before the week before the periods come, and then they will get back to normal. But at that point, they were just not going away. They were tender and a little painful. I'm like, okay, they're just not going away. The tenderness, when is the period coming? But and then I'm like, it's just to rule out everything else. Let me take a pregnancy test. But understand, I was not feeling sick. It's just the feeling, Jay. Your conscience, like, there was just that feeling at the back of my mind. I'm like, the boobs have been tender, they're not going away, that nausea that I don't understand, the peeing. So just to rule out everything. So me, I'm busy attributing everything to gym. I'm like, it's gym. So I gym some more because now I want to get to that fitness level. In the morning, I wake up and I pee into a soap holder. So in case I come back and there's no pee. So like when you are testing, I need to and so it was early hours, I think 4 a.m. So I wake up, I think it was the third time that night even. So I came to a so called and I'm like, manguya ngizotesta ngawo loya mchamo. So I go to Clicks and I found a stick and then I just watched it like that. I did not even place it there and I watched it and I watched the first line go and then those seconds between the second line. Hey, second line boom and I'm like, I knew it. Now I'm in disbelief. I am shocked. I don't know what to do. I don't know, like, I start to shake because it is unbelievable that me, of all people, can be pregnant. This was something that I'm not expecting at this point in time. You know what? I was very relaxed, Mina, because now I know what the doctors told me. I know that I can't fall pregnant or at least maybe naturally conceive. So, guys, I was very relaxed in my lifestyle. Yeah, I was. You know what I'm saying? I was relaxed. I mean, this was not something that could come anywhere in the near future. Now I'm pregnant. I held that pregnancy test ngayibamba ukuthi mhlambe iline izawushintsha because I'm shocked more than anything. I am shocked, I am surprised. How could this happen? I was not taking anything. I was busy with my gym lifestyle, like yo, I fitness here, guys. I was very fit. You know, sometimes when they say like, yeah, I'm so fit kakhulu pregnancy, boom. Angisicabangile mina ukuthi isisu singahlala. Hey guys, Wednesday, bekakude. Like I just kept on. Yeah, the weekend. So the weekend was long. The weekend was very long. Okay, come Wednesday, hamba 8. So I'm in Victoria East, traveling to Midrand for an appointment. Ngafika 8. I think I was the first. Yeah, I was the first at 9:30. Yeah, so I waited for the doctor and then so what they do is that more figure every time you would go to the toilet and pee so that they will test before the doctor arrives. So okay, confirmed my urine was now positive for pregnancy, and then when the doctor arrives and then he sits down with you and then so he looks at my friend and he's like, yeah, where have you been? I'm like, I have been around, and then it's like, hey, I see your test is positive. I'm like, yeah, that's what I came to confirm. And then I'm like, you said to me, I told him, I was like, you said to me this. And I was like, yeah, I know I said those things, but God decides. So it's like, okay, let's see what you ordered. So now we leave the office, the consultation space to the examination space. So it's dark. That room is dark so that you can see the sauna properly. He's like, he stopped at where he found the baby, and then it's like, there's what you ordered. It was so tiny, like that, like kancane, like kidney bean size. And then I'm like, huh? I'm like, is it alive? I said, is it alive? He said, yes. And I said, is it breathing? And then he turned on the heartbeat. It was like, kuchu, kuchu, kuchu. It's like, you know, galloping horses, like, atamahasha yakijima nje. I stared at the ceiling for a while, and then he took measurements. And I was just, I couldn't believe it. He printed out the sauna, and I went to, so I drove from, it is behind Mall of Africa, so it's Netcare Waterfall City. I drove to Fridays, the restaurant. I think it's in Blue Hills. And I sat there staring at that thing for probably a good hour. And now I ordered a cocktail. So I feel like guilty. The cocktail cannot have alcohol. Yeah, there am I. I'm pregnant. I, it took me a good 4 to 5 months after that. So when I found out, it was like 8 weeks, 2 months, somewhere there. It took me 4 more months to believe that I am actually pregnant because I just couldn't believe it. How could it happen? How did it happen? Like, how on earth? I mean, the entire time that I've known that I could not conceive naturally, I've always been relaxed about everything and nothing ever happened. But this time around, it did happen. So stay tuned for part 2 of my video. I think you can tell that yeah, it's a bit emotional. So in part 2, I get to talk about the trimesters. I get to talk about basically every other thing that happened during pregnancy. So that is how I found out that I was pregnant.